What up, T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 8, Episode 4 review. Even though technically it's Season 7, but they got it as Season 8, child. At this point, I don't even think Carlos know what season we're on, but I'm going to continue to go with Season 8. Anywho, so the episode begins with Kimmi and her fro at her office. Tisha comes by, and so does Destiny. They sit down and have a little kiki with each other, and Tisha tells Destiny that Kimmi put her in an uncomfortable situation, and she was like, how? Like, what happened, girl? And she tells her that she had Sonny meet with them. So immediately Destiny like, okay. Kimmi tells her the reason why they met with her is because when she was going through her bout with cancer, that Sonny was one of the people that was there for her, you know, when she got diagnosed and, you know, praying for her and all of those things. So she really wanted to give her the opportunity to tell her side of the story. So Destiny says that she and Sonny talked even after she was let go from the show, and that her sister even thought enough of her to invite her to Sonny's birthday trip to Mexico. Now, if you anything like my people and how St. Louis people are in general, or maybe it's just people in general, St. Louis people ain't friendly like that. Like, especially black St. Louis people, like, we gotta really F with you if we having you go to family vacations, birthday vacations, coming over for family dinner. Like, I'm going on a birthday trip in August. My family would never invite somebody on a trip that they know that I'm not cool with, because I don't like people like that. So that does say something for me, that her family even reached out to Destiny about coming on a birthday trip. That says to me that y'all were way closer as friends than Sonny is letting on. But hey, maybe it's just me. Kimmi in her confessional says, from an outsider looking in, I probably feel like it's closer to Sonny. She was doing her job. Maybe she and Destiny weren't as close as she thought. I don't know at this point. It's given to me like they did have some form of a friendship outside of this show. That's what it's given to me. I do think that, I feel like personally Sonny is downplaying it, but at the end of the day, it was a new friendship, even though it's still wrong. But at this point, there's really nothing to talk about. Like, her and the dude are married. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, okay, now it's time to move on. You live and you learn. At this point, there's really nothing really more to talk about per se for me. Maybe because I just don't care. I just don't care. Like, stuff like this is so minute in the bigger scheme of things when it comes to life matters. But like, okay, girl. They tell her that Melody actually had her back when it comes to the Sonny situation, and asks would she even be willing to, you know, sit down with Mel. And she was like, no, she's not interested in talking to her. And yeah, y'all need to at this point stop trying to push that, because I'm pretty sure Mel feels the same way. Like, they don't see it for each other at this point. But I told y'all that during the season that I got confirmation that Destiny was trying to befriend Mel again. And Mel even liked one of the T-Squad members' comments when that T-Squad member mentioned it in the comment section. She liked it. So we shall see. Tisha says that she can even be around Stormy as long as Stormy don't be throwing any jabs, because she ain't with that and she ain't taking it no mo. And I mean, we all saw Tisha's showing at the reunion, so we know Tisha ain't playing with folks no more. Tisha is on her Terminator type time, and I ain't even mad at her. Like, okay, girl, we see you, glasses. After that, Martell meets up with Nell, and Nell says to him, you know, when I spoke to Mel, I told her I didn't agree with you going to jail. I just don't agree to that. And see, this is where Nell is pissing me off, because you keep flip-flopping. Now, when Mel broke it down to you and told you why she filed the charges against him, you was like, okay, I can understand it. I get it. Okay, I get it. And now you and Martell face once again saying that you don't agree with that. You don't like that. Well, it ain't for you to like, okay? At the end of the day, okay? It ain't for you to like. Who cares what you think, Miss Neal? Like, you getting on my nerves. Like, now I done got the cussing. Because it's like, what the fuck about that don't you get? Let Chris do what Martell was trying to do to her to you and see how you would react. What, you just gonna sit back and let this person put you out there to the world like that? Absolutely not. You have to teach people like him a lesson, because they don't get it until their backs are against the wall and they're forced to get it. Like, even tonight, I watched Dustin interview Marsau, and even Marsau at this point is just like, yeah, enough is enough. This nigga is crazy and he can't fuck with it no more. But I hate that it even had to take it to get to this point for the guys on the show to finally be like, yeah, this man is fucked up and it ain't Mel, it's this crazy. Like, I hate that we as women have to go so far to prove when a man is wrong. Like, they get so many passes, and especially black men, because it's always the stand by your man and, you know, protect black men, and you shouldn't call the police on them because, you know, police violence and brutality and all of that good stuff. And we understand that. But when it comes to men like Martell, I don't give a because he don't give a how he treats black women. Okay. And we need to start protecting black women. And when women say they're being abused in any type of way, we should be believed. At the end of the day, we should be believed. We shouldn't have to go to such lengths when it comes to women and making claims about any form of abuse. Or I got to ride with my sister until it's shown differently that she's lying or something to that capacity. Like, enough is enough. Nell then goes on to say, but you know, she told me you tried to put out revenge porn. And he was like, no. It wasn't no video. It was just a picture. He up here acting like there was no video. Like, he don't know what Mel talking about. And Martell can't even lie good. Every time to try to lie, he get to stuttering. Stutter. Like, Joe made a song about you. Nell then, you know, brings up her situation with Chris' ex-wife, saying that she's a side chick and all of this stuff, and says, you know, she knows for a fact that she has not done anything wrong. So Martell started laughing in her face, because, you know, that's the type of English he is. He started laughing. He was like, well, I heard you were a side chick. And she was like, he was separated with divorce papers already. And when I found out he was still married, I left him alone. Now, Nell, girl, this story that elevated 50 million times. Now, at first, when they brought up you being a side chick, it was, I was never a side chick. I was never a side chick. I was never a side chick. Now it goes to, they were separated and getting a divorce, and when I found out, I left them alone. Like, girl, you need to pick a story and stick with it, because it's given you was around with this man while he was still married to that woman. And I don't bit mo believe that man did not tell you he was married in the beginning. Then you find out and was like, I'm done. I don't want to mess with you no more. Holler at me when you get a divorce, because that don't make no sense. If you've been stressing, he was separated going through a divorce. He was separated going through a divorce. I wasn't no side chick. He was already separated going through a divorce. So if that was the case, then why would you leave him alone? You foolish now, old lady. You foolish. The story then got all twisted around and tangled up. I don't rock with you, and girl, you was a side chick at this point. You lied, lady, you lied. Nell then tells Martell that she's inviting Mel to her birthday party and not him, and he was like, okay. But in his confessional, he was like, your party. Now, that was funny to me. He was like, I don't care nothing about going to no 60 plus birthday party. We all know in real life, he do get. Maurice and Marsau are at Black. Moses pops by to have a conversation with them. And we learned that Marsau actually went on a couple of couples dates with him and Destiny and Tisha in the past. So he's a little bit acquainted with Moses. So Moses, when it comes up about the Destiny Sunny situation, he was like, Destiny gonna feel some type of way towards my wife, but she know what's up. She know she ain't put in the work. Moses then says that him and Sunny are good. They're ready and prepared for the criticism. Lies. lies, home fries. Because when I did my video months back, when I told y'all that I found out I went to school with Sunny and I did the video and all of that stuff, I got a phone call from somebody else I went to school with about the video and asked that, their real names be taken out of the video. And I did it because I was like, okay, I'll take their real names out. I'm not taking nothing else out. But, y'all are bothered. Y'all do care about what people have to say about y'all situation. So y'all not all the way prepared. Y'all come across very defensive. And after tonight's episode, if this relationship between him and Sunny is real, then Sunny, you need to be side-eyeing this real hard because he full of shit, okay? But all of that, we ready for the criticism. No, y'all ain't. No, y'all ain't. So Marsau, his confessional says, Moses remind me kind of Martell. He's very headstrong. I could see the correlation, but not really, because Martell is on a whole different planet. Maurice thinks that they should meet with Destiny, and Marsau thinks that is a horrible, horrible decision. But I agree with Marsau in this case because it needs to be nipped in the bud. Say what y'all got to say, and let's move on from this because at the end of the day, like I said, him and the girl are married now. There's nothing else to really be said and done after that. They asked him, are they even thinking about having children? And Moses says they already did IVF. They did IVF right after they got married. So these two are apparently chugging along or whatever with their relationship. Congratulations to them. Stormy and Courtney joined LaTisha and Ken at the gym. They are gym buffs. We found out that Ken was in Afghanistan. I guess he was in a service. He came home and got his trucking license and, been doing his thing since then. LaTisha says, to Stormy that anytime life is good for her, something bad always happens. And that's when we find out that her parents actually passed away 6 months apart from each other. And then on top of that, she lost her sister. And I was like, God. And I myself have experienced losing multiple relatives back to back to back to back to back. Any T Squad member that has been around for the last few years specifically knows that in 2021, 2020 to 2021, I lost my Uncle Bruce. I lost my Uncle Sam. I lost my Aunt Jean. I lost my grandmother, and I lost my cousin. All within a year, and half of those passings were in months of each other. Actually, my grandmother and my aunt passed away a few weeks apart from each other. Like, it was back to back to back. Like, it was crazy. So I know how that could take a toll on somebody, and I felt really bad for her. And she also goes on to state how people that she thought would be there for her wasn't. And her ex-husband showed big red flags at the time, and they're divorced. Now, she said they divorced, but then we hear something different, so I'm a little confused. But anywho, she says that during this dark time in her life that she lost herself and she shut out the world, and she didn't know who to trust anymore. And that's when she met Ken, and she says that, she really took him through it, because she's the type of person that holds her anger in. And when she has an outburst, she really has an outburst. And she said that she tried doing any and everything to push him away, but he still stayed around. And then we see Ken telling Courtney that their arguments in the beginning were about her temper and her learning to control herself. But once he got to know her and learn her story, he started to understand her more. But Courtney and LaTisha actually went to school together, and he says that everybody used to be afraid of her and her sisters. So it don't seem like that her anger issues stem from just what happened to her. It seems like, girl, you always had an attitude problem. And it's gotten worse over the years. And it's so funny to find out that she's supposed to be so intimidating and such a hothead because she talked with a quiver. Like, she talked so weakly that it seems like her lungs aren't fully developed. It's like, girl, can you put some bass in your voice? So to find out that she's supposed to be so rowdy with her attitude is just so shocking to me. But Stormy then asked her, will we be hearing wedding bells soon between her and Ken? And she was like, we got a lot of hurdles to get over, like my ex. We still got a lot of papers we ain't signed yet. So I'm like, also, y'all not divorced. You still married. What the fuck is going on here? Like, I need full clarity on LaTisha life, because it's still a big question mark at this point. So then Chris visits Martell at his rental property and says that Nell deserves an apology for him calling her a side chick. Martell laughs in his man face like this think everything is hee hee ha ha funny. And Chris was like, my wife ain't no side chick. And Martell was like, not now. Like, let me tell you something. If Chris don't take off on Martell leather jacket wearing, he be playing in your face, Chris. Stop letting him talk crazy to you. Chris was like, my wife ain't a side chick. And I was like, about time cussed at this. He was like, never was, never has been. And so Martell backed up off of him at that point. He was like, all right, you say she wasn't no side chick, I'm gonna respect that. But this goes back to what I was saying. Like, Martell, you got to get up in his like this for him to get it. Because he's the type of kid, you can tell that you told him don't touch the fire. He was going to touch the fire. And that's the only way he was going to learn to not touch fire. Like, he's that dense. Chris then brings up the revenge. And Martell says that it was just a picture. Lying again. Chris was like, a picture of what? He was like, Mel said it was a video. Ask her to see it. And Chris was like, was anybody naked in the photograph? And he was like, no, whatever it is, ask Melody. Anything she has on me, she put out. So, I ain't did nothing. Chris even looking at this lying, and I know you lying. And I wish instead of everybody just keeping it cute and on mute, I wish he would have said to him, like, Martell, like, it's so obvious you lying. You stuttering all over the place. You can't even look me in the eye when you're lying, child. Like, you're a horrible liar. Like, stop lying. Like, the cast needs to finally, like, get in this. It's like, nigga, we know you're fucking lying. You're not fooling anybody with this bull. Stop. And so he keep on talking about it wasn't no video. It was just a picture. But then he don't want to say what the picture was. Talking some ask Melody. And then talking some, anytime Melody got something on me, she always puts it out there. She did. She put police report in on your. Ugh. At the end of the episode, Destiny and Moses meet face to face. And Destiny came dressed to kill, honey. She made sure she looked good for her ex-boo thing. Moses speaks to her. She was like, hey, how you doing? She sit down, take her gloves off. And Moses admits that he was very immature about having a conversation prior to them filming about him and Sonny getting together, but says that he got with Sonny after him and Destiny were done messing around. Destiny was like, so you feel like a good person would do what y'all did to me? And he was like, we didn't do anything to you. We both had your best interest. And she was like, a man that loved me and had my best interest wouldn't have made the move that you just made. We had your best interest sent me. Because like, what the fuck does that mean? You had me. What? That don't even make sense. So you my producer, my so-called homegirl in my best interest. You could tell he a St. Louis. I bet you he went to either Normandy with us, or I bet you he went to like Pattonville, McClure North. He went to one of them schools, child. Like I said, Destiny was like, a man that loved me and had my best interest wouldn't have made that move that you just made. Moses like, I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty. And I mean, he got it written all over his face. It's written all over your face. You don't have to say a word. So Destiny was like, you did it to hurt me and to be spiteful. He was like, no, I didn't. When you didn't show up for my birthday and I felt like you weren't giving me the time and the attention that I needed, I told you we should just become friends because it seemed like you weren't showing me no interest. So Destiny was like, you wanted me to court you and woo you like you was my girlfriend. And I was like, ooh, that was a good one. Ooh, good one. Moses was like, I ain't never did that. He was like, but you can have that. I'm guilty for what I did, but it was after you. And I was like, well, how you guilty if you keep on saying it was after her? So Destiny was like, so when did y'all start dating? Moses was like, I got her number in July and we started talking in August. Destiny was like, but you sent me money in August, so how y'all get together in August? When did we end? August. That's when we broke up. And Moses was like, well, I actually told you in April. Like he did his head like, now what? And Destiny was like, you told me in April, but you still loved me all the way till August. You texting me, you love me, good morning, baby, all of this, that, and the third, till August. Get your lies straight. You do know that can be seen, right? And he was like, pull it up. And Destiny's like, you trying to play with me. Don't forget I'm still her. And Moses was like, and I'm still him. And then the episode went off. Now, y'all know that I have been steadfast with thinking that Sonny and Moses' relationship was fake. I felt like they got together, saw an opportunity to be in the public eye, get on a reality show or whatever. But after watching tonight's episode and seeing Moses' mannerisms, his facial expressions, and hearing the things that he had to say, I 100% now believe that him and Sonny are in fact together in a real relationship. But I also think that Moses is full of shit. He obviously was lying to both women, like a St. Louis child. Obviously lying to both of their asses. He told Destiny back in April, maybe we need to stop around. But you know how talk, get mad, say whatever. But they were still obviously dealing with each other from April to August, right? August, they stopped talking. But by August, he'd already got old girl number, hollering at her and everything, and hadn't fully ended things with Destiny, right? But you know how niggas feel like that don't count, because we ended up breaking up anyway. So it really ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? What's a few weeks? But for us as women, yeah, it do mean something, because you were still on my nut. I think that he was lying to Sonny, saying, yeah, it was a rap between me and her, and it wasn't fully a rap between them two. It wasn't. It wasn't fully a rap. And he was out here, because she even said herself in the interview with Carlos that he was talking to multiple women when he started talking to her. So I feel like he was playing games. And I guess at some point him and Sonny must have gotten serious to the point that he proposed to her and they decided to get married, child. But I feel like he was the person that was in the wrong for how this situation played out, because he wasn't being honest with Destiny. He didn't close things off with her properly. And he should have been the one to sit down and have a conversation with her about the closure of their relationship and him moving on with Sonny. And like she said, it's mighty funny that now you want to have this conversation. And when he said, I'm guilty of that, I was wrong, because I should have talked to you beforehand. But he said that he was being immature about the situation. I believe Destiny also when she says, you did this to hurt me and to be spiteful. Because the first thing that came out of his mouth was, no, it wasn't. But when you didn't come to my birthday, I felt like da-da-da-da-da-da. I feel like you did start fucking with Sonny to get back at her, to hurt her. Oh, you don't want to show up for me? you want to be out here running the streets. And he said that she was going to award shows, doing this, that, and the third. So it's giving me that he felt like, oh, you outside, you can go to every other event, but you can't come to my birthday. All right. So I'm going to holler at old girl, and I'm going to show you what it feels like to have somebody show up for me. And I'm with somebody that you know, and that's going to piss you off. I think that he did use Sonny as a get back to her. Now, it could have started off that way and ended up in something more, but him and Destiny, you can tell, had some shit between them too. Yep. And I can very well see, if things don't work out between him and Sonny, him trying to holler back at Destiny. That's the type of shit that niggas do. So Sonny, I wonder how she feels after watching tonight's episode. Like, does this change anything for her? Because you was lying. Okay. Maybe she don't care because they're married now. It is what it is. But you need to be careful, because how you get them is how you lose them. And if he got problems closing things off properly, I would hate to see how he would do you. So yeah, overall, I'm gonna give tonight's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, I'm gonna give it an A. I'm looking forward to next week's episode. Y'all, if you are not following me on Patreon, make sure that you do. We got a lot going on over there, as far as review videos that are unedited, raw and uncut, with cussing and ad free. Plus, for my second tier, you not only get reviews, but you get reaction videos to trailers, music videos, TV shows. This week we're going to be doing reaction videos to, of course, Being Bobby Brown, Scrappy and Chaotic's YouTube channel, The Shy, and The Barnes Bunch. So make sure you guys join me over on Patreon. The link is in the description box. Please also make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know when my videos drop. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.